join us live on the Effing Racing Show on Twitch Sports for the Grand Prix de Monaco 2021 at the historic setting in Monte Carlo. Run since 1929, it's widely considered to be one of the most important and prestigious races in the world. As one of the races, along with the Indy 500 and the 24-hour Le Mans, it forms the Triple Crown of motorsport. The circuit has been called an exceptional location of glamour and prestige, and let's face it, it's goddamn expensive. But first, good afternoon to Duff and Jez. How are you both?
Go Duff.
Sorry, there was just a team radio from Ferrari to the FIA, so I was just keeping my ear pinned on that. But yeah, I'm good. Looking forward to a crazy day at Monaco.
Try to be polite and let people go first, and then, not paying attention.
Oh, there's no need to be polite with me.
It was that ear one again.
I'm good. I've got my new Formula E hat.
Oh, hang on. It's there, but you can't see it.
Yeah, you
got
to wear your good new hats, man. It's got to happen. There we go.
That's made him happy.
Order has restored.
My hat is down. Oh, that's right. Hang on then. Hang on. For the spirit of hatness. There we go.
That's it. There we go. Right, we can begin the show now.
You're going to do that.
Yeah. I feel right. So I guess we should start with the breaking news about Charles Leclerc, shouldn't we? Should be the first.
I feel part of the team now.
I think so. Yeah.
So for those that are wondering, Charles Leclerc, why he isn't sat on pole, he went out for the procession lap or the warm-up lap, whatever you want to call it, and it appears his gearbox is not in fact correct and working. It is indeed foobarred. So we're waiting to see what they do with that.
They have Ferrari have spoken to the FIA and said they are starting from the garage because they're going to try and fix it. And there's a couple of FIA representatives down there at the moment checking on, make sure they're not doing anything illegal.
As if Ferrari would do that. Cop engine. And it's now, well, I mean, that's a shame. That's a shame because I was looking forward to that battle. And, but, I mean, there's still quite a jumbled up grid, isn't it, to be fair?
I still think that definitely ends the controversy after qualifying of did he do it on purpose?
Yeah, I don't think he did for a minute, personally.
Oh, definitely not.
No.
That's exactly where Tsunoda did it. Exactly the same place, exactly the same thing.
And it would just be suicide, wouldn't it?
As proved.
You can't back up such a good performance with that. He was trying to go out there and push it even further and maybe even improve on the time. So, no, I don't think he did it at all.
I don't care what anyone says. Schumacher did it many years ago, didn't he? When he parked his car across the apex at Rascasse at the end of qualifying. I can't remember what particular year it was, but that happened. And,
did he smash it though, or did he just go? Oh, it's broken down. Sorry.
I think pretty much that was it. Yeah, because it wasn't broke. He just parked it. But I can't get back to the pits. Oh, the engine stopped. Oh, I'll just leave it here, boys. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Everyone thundering around to get their last laps in, but of course they couldn't because his car stopped in the middle of the last corner. And then it was a similar thing. There wasn't enough time to restart the session. So pole was his, shall we say?
There we go.
Should we go through our predictions and see if they've been torn to shreds by this grid?
Well, can we do the grid first and then predictions? Is that all right?
Yeah. Let me just find it. Oh, there we go. So, well, it should have been Charles Leclerc on pole, but it's now effectively Max on pole on the dirty side of the track. So Charles's spot will remain empty. No, it isn't like in some spots where everyone shuffles up. There'll just be an empty grid box. Valtteri Bottas was third. Carlos Sainz was an impressive fourth. Our Abai Lando was fifth in the McLaren. Pierre Gasly, another good outing for him to be third in sixth. Lulu is in seventh in his Mercedes. Sebastian Vettel, that's a decent performance for him as well in eighth. I thought that was signs of some recovery perhaps from Seb. Perez disappointed in ninth. I thought really should be doing better than that. When you look at where Max was, you think Albon, I don't think did much better than that, to be fair. Giovinazzi got that Alfa Romeo up to 10th. Ocon in 11th, out qualifying Alonso, who was at a dreadful session. And speaking of dreadful sessions, as did Daniel Ricciardo, 12th place in that McLaren. When you think about the pace that Lando had, very disappointing indeed. Daddy's boy number 1 is in 13th in the other Aston Martin. Kimi 14th. Our boy George in 15th. Disappointing run for Yuki Tsunoda in the other AlphaTauri, as well as Fernando, who's in 17th. Latifi is in 18th. Daddy's boy number 2 is in 19th, and Mick Schumacher is last because he didn't make it to qualifying after that shunt. But he was doing, I think he was 14th until he had that shunt in practice, wasn't he? In practice 3. So, and that's your grid.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one with Lewis massively out of place. I mean, I know this is a track not known for overtaking, but if the order stays as it is now, Max goes to the lead of the championship. So,
very true.
He's going to have to push. And okay, he might do Gasly, but Norris ain't going to stand by. Neither's Sainz, and I don't think Bottas will at the moment either. Not here.
No, me. I think it'll be a decent race. This. I mean, if we so Oodles has got his prediction in early, so that's good. Max, Bottas, and Lando. That's not a bad show. Now we know the grid.
And that's the thing. Our predictions took place at the end of the last race before we even had any idea of all of this stuff that was going on. So Duff, you kicked off with Lewis,
terrible.
Then Max, then Bottas. You've already said terrible, so I'm guessing not so confident with that now?
No. No, not at all. It's gonna be Max unless he has a problem. I mean, take Lewis out of there, and I've pretty much got it. Max, then Bottas. I think pretty good.
Well, I'll tell you what. In the interest of why the hell not? Let's predict what we think it might be now as well, just to mix it up a bit. So you're saying Max first, Bottas,
then the Sainz. I don't think there's going to be much overtaken in that top 3.
No.
So you're going Max, Bottas, Sainz.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. We all had Lewis in there or thereabouts, for obvious reasons. Reese, your top 3 that you set last time was Lewis, Bottas, Max. How do you feel about that?
Again, you take out Lewis, and I'd be happy with it, and I'll probably whack Bottas, Max, because I think Bottas will get past him, and then Norris.
Okay. I had Max, Lewis, Perez. So that Max, I'm gonna leave in front. I'm quite happy with that. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna put Lewis in second. I think he's gonna fight his way through because that's the kind of dickhead he is, to be honest. And then I'm gonna leave Perez in third.
Wow, he's gonna come up from 9th.
Not Perez, sorry. Sainz, my bad.
I shouldn't have said anything.
I'm glad you took the piss, Duff. Thank you for taking the piss. Always be taking the piss.
Friend.
I would have got there eventually because I looked at my list and went, hang on, that's exactly the same. I wanted to change something.
Wow. And, now, I think hopefully we get a smooth race. We don't want loads of red flags. We want a nice, just 1 or 2 crashes is always nice, just to liven it up, like in the Porsche this morning. That was a heck of a crash.
Rivage. It did Porsche this morning, and it did Formula Regional as well.
I never heard of that before. Formula Regional,
especially with the guys at the back of the grid at the moment. I think it could get a bit dicey there.
Definitely.
I don't think we've had a single race this weekend where they've actually managed to make it all around Saint Devote without escaping, using the escape road.
Yeah.
So
that's true. Morning, Club, for you. Afternoon for us.
Morning.
Still waking up in the haze of Bucky, no doubt. And good on you, boy. Good on you.
And welcome to everyone that's joined us so far. We've got Oodles, we've got Jaeger, we've got Keris, got Club now. Oodles has been sat here for hours. I came in to do some tinkering and set the acorns up and all that kind of stuff. And Oodles was there, acorning it up from about
Nice.
Must have been about 11:30, 12 o'clock. So
Oodles is probably still on the piss, I expect. Good lad.
Got to be done.
Well, might as well. Super fan, absolutely.
Yeah,
friend of the show. That's what we like.
Yeah. He doesn't miss an effing racing show, does Oodles? To be fair.
Nice you to choose to spend your Sundays with us, which is what we like. Oh, well, next weekend is a completely different show again, isn't it? We should probably plug that as well.
It is, and I will do so especially because it's an excellent excuse to cover you up, Reese. So see you later. Next Sunday,
bye, everyone.
Sunday the 30th of May, it's the Effing Racing Show from the Indianapolis 500. There he is. Look at
One of the Triple Crown.
Wow.
Yeah, one of the Triple Crown that Reese so eloquently mentioned in the opening, without us screwing him up this week. As much as even though I promised him we wouldn't, I was still tempted. I've got to be fair.
I was waiting for it, to be honest, chaps. I was waiting for it. So.
Yeah.
Reese's head is lols. Well, yeah, it's
some things are true in all walks of life. Reese's head is lols is one of them.
Did you, before we talking of Indy, did any of you see what happened at the photo event?
No.
At the Indy qualifying.
No.
During Indy qualifying, two cars from the same team, I don't know which one, decided that while they were going round, they would come right up next to each other to take a nice photo for the team, and they crashed into each other.
Nice.
You couldn't make it up, could you?
No.
That's IndyCar for you. It's always a bit of chaos. Yeah.
I didn't realise I don't know if it's to say it's the first IndyCar qualifying I watched, but on the oval, it goes, you do 4 laps and it goes on your average speed.
Yeah, that's what they do for all the oval races.
Yeah, I did not realise that. It was amazing watching it, how, I mean, just going round by yourself on an oval, watching it was boring as shit.
Yeah.
But it was interesting watching how, I mean, some of the drivers were losing half a mile an hour each lap, going down and down and down. And it was just odd watching because they're just doing the same thing. So how that kind of turns into losing speed over that time was really interesting.
Just foot down and turn left.
Yeah.
and away they go.
3 whole corners.
Well, yeah, I suppose. So Diego is sort of back.
He is. And Club has given us a sort of mic drop that we can take into our pre-race commercial. So thanks for that, Club. So that was a photo boom rather than a photo bomb. Haha!
Boom!
Boosh! Mic drop. We're going to commercial. See you in 2. Stay tuned. welcome back to the Effing Racing Show from the Monaco Grand Prix. We've just kicked off a prediction. There's about 4 or so minutes left. Will there be a crash in the opening lap of the Monaco Grand Prix? What the fuck is a Grand, Jez?
It's like a fawn, like half man, half goat, but slightly more goat.
Oh yeah, have we moved into goat racing now? Have we?
Oh, that's next week.
Oh, great. Okay.
The
he is the goat.
Yeah.
Shall I try that again? The Monaco Grand Prix.
Ah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Will there be a crash? Yes or no? Get your acorns in.
Jaeger can vote.
Well, there you go.
I my grind the other day.
Oh, Leclerc's unable to start the race. Leclerc's out.
Bugger.
Yep.
Bugger. Yep, out of the race before the starts. Jesus Christ.
Oh, unbelievable. Talk about going from high to low.
Gearbox problems, old clubby. And how did you strain your grind? Is Crazy all right, or was that what strained it? we should also notice Williams' 750th Grand Prix today.
Ooh, that's a good stat.
A little bit of a mini celebration for them. Obviously, they're not going to celebrate much from where they are on the grid, but still remains 750 is an achievement. To be fair,
yeah.
No, they haven't got cause to celebrate, or they haven't had cause to celebrate for quite some time. Well,
oh god,
the club can't unhear Grand Prix now. You are welcome. Anytime you'd like me to ruin something for you, just hit me up. I'm your guy.
That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The predictions are going well. 4K versus 1.1K.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which way it's going to go, to be honest.
No, there's about 2 minutes left.
Interesting.
I think they probably. I wouldn't. Now, we should clarify. If someone goes after the first corner and goes down the escape road without hitting anyone, does that count as a crash?
There must be some kind of contact, either with another car or a wall or a barrier or, just contact with something that it shouldn't contact with.
That's fine. It's just best to have that debate now before it all kicks off.
The legal definition of a crash.
Yes. Look at that helmet cam view. That's one back in the day. That's in an old Sahara Force India. Nice.
That was a nice little jump that car did.
Yeah, well, that's what they used to do. And not so much now, it's a lot smoother.
Hey, we're back to the helmet cam from back in the day.
Come on, Karun, get off the screen. Let's go racing. Absolute idiot. There's sand in the desert. Is there really? Wow, there's a new one. I shan't rant about it. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. I mean, I am here all day today, but
so we're about 10 minutes officially from the start of the race. Is that right? Is it a 3 o'clock local time start?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. It'll be because they got rid of doing that 10 minutes past the hour thing because that was pointless.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I still have, and I know it's a bit slow because you did so deliberately, but I still have our track guide of the Monaco track. Would you like to take our viewers through that?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. Make sure your stream's open so you can actually see it. You ready?
I've got you full up on there.
Lovely. Here we go then.
You got this stuff?
Yeah, and here we go. This is a Formula 2 car. As we come up to Sandoval, you'll see most people at the start will not most, but some might veer. This is the area where we may see a crash.
Yep.
In Beau Rivage. There's a lot of oil down from this morning. So then, as we come down, coming into Massenet and then through, and then probably one of the most famous corners in Monaco, down at the Lowe's hairpin. I remember the days when they used to have different chassis for this race.
They did, yeah. Shorter wheel base, they can make that corner. That corner is the slowest corner in Formula 1 at 40 mile an hour.
Yep. And then as we come out of the tunnel, this is where we may see a fair bit of overtaking.
Yep.
Coming out of the tunnel there and down into the Nouveau Chicane. As we switch through. Oh, all the boats on the side there. Lovely. This is where the crash for Leclerc was yesterday in qualifying. Down at the swimming pool. And then we come. There seems some odd bits here in kind of the some of the races over the years. In those last few corners, there have always been almost like odd controversies. That's obviously where wasn't it where Nico pulled off?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
so that he could grab his pole. And then I'm sure we've had some odd crashes there in the past that have caused a little bit of controversies towards the end of the race. And equally, I don't know if you saw the Formula 2 yesterday, but for to get the reverse grid down a Rascasse, P11 managed to overtake P10 by pushing him out so that he got pole on the reverse grid. That was a great move.
I see what you mean. No, I've not caught any of the sport races this weekend, which is unusual for me because they're normally pretty good.
Yeah, they've been really good this weekend.
Yeah,
so I caught a bit of the Porsche, but not much.
No, I caught a bit of that Formula R this morning.
The quietest formula I've ever heard in my life.
I think the sound was generally a bit muted. I don't think it was the cars that were terribly quiet. I mean, they were quieter than a Formula 1 car, quieter than the Formula E cars even. But also, I don't think they had much sound coming from the track. You really couldn't hear anything other than the commentary.
Is it the last race we were talking about Rich Energy and their possibility of them coming back next year with Haas or whatever they may be called? On my YouTube, when you're scrolling through YouTube and it comes up with recommended, and because I've watched some of the live 4-hour races all over the world and Formula Regional and Formula E, it brings up random race series. And it brought up today the Rich Energy British Mini Superbikes.
Mini Superbikes?
Yeah, basically children's racing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Rich Energy is sponsoring child's motorbike racing.
I can't see anything going wrong there. There will be no litigation involved at all if something happens terribly with these.
Really been crashing it this morning.
Children.
Hopefully the little kid's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just most of the comments coming up live were Rich Energy, really? I see they're working their way back up to Formula 1 again. Because I didn't even recognise the circuit. It wasn't an official circuit or anything.
Probably a car park somewhere.
Yeah. Club Formula R is a Formula Regional European Championship. So it's after Formula 4, you can go up to Formula Regional Europe. So Formula 4 UK is usually just around UK circuits. Then this is kind of your step up to European racing. And then what that does is that's all the same cars, and that they're basically all Renaults. It's a Alpine sponsored event, and it's the next one up. So the whole championship's all over Europe. A great kind of feeder series.
I did like the look of the cars in Formula R. They were a lot more traditional than the Formula 1 cars have become now, I find.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely. And the bits I saw of it, I thought, looks like we're getting ready to go, gentlemen. Yay.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah, we're about to be taken around the track by our Sky Sports team, but more for them. We've already done it, so
yeah,
you're just too slow.
One step
guys.
better than mob. Typical.
Just too slow.
I see they've parked my yacht ready. Unfortunately, I couldn't get there in it this weekend. But
no, was the Wi-Fi not good enough on your yacht to be able to do the show? That's a shame.
Sadly not, team.
Maybe
That's how
time.
dedicated
It
I am.
happens. That's EE for you.
That's how dedicated I am to this network. Right? Giving up my chance to go to Monaco and sit on my own yacht.
Okay, before we start, I've got a quick question for you and everyone in the chat. So, which team has led the most laps overall of all the years of the Grand Prix? Which team has led the most laps around Monaco?
I'm going to get straight in there and say Ferrari.
I'm going to dive in there and say McLaren.
Okay, anyone in the chat wants to? Oodles has gone for McLaren. I don't think the New York Giants were there, but if they were running round, maybe. Right, so I'll put you... Reese, you are correct. It is McLaren. 916 laps in the lead, where Michael Schumacher is the driver who's led the most laps, having led 435 laps over his career in Monaco.
How many has Lulu led?
3. Oh no.
Nah, I thought it might be one of the classic teams like McLaren, because when you think about Senna's and Prost's and even
then you've got the kind of Hakkinen era with him and Coulthard really strong.
Because Coulthard won it, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think that was in a McLaren, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's
3 too many from Oodles. Nice.
Yes, welcome in Cosmic Gamers. Duff is indeed a New York Giants fan, which is why he's gone with McLaren blue and red rather than the traditional orange that Reese is sporting. He's like, I can make these things match.
Yeah,
good on McLaren.
I have to say, when I saw that hat on the website, I was like, oh. But it does look better in real IRL, as you want to call it that, and no, it looks smart, very smart. So
yeah, pretty good.
And you've got to be gutted for Charles Leclerc and see him there on the coverage. I mean, man, he pulls that lap out, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I mean,
pulls out a great lap to get pole, and then.
You think if you were Ferrari, you would have just changed it anyway, wouldn't you? It just
only would have given him a 5-place penalty.
6th, so nout, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we spoke earlier about how difficult it is to overtake on this course, and that we don't fancy Lewis's chances of coming up through the field because of where it is. So maybe that's the risk that they should have taken. If they'd have come out and everything would have been fine, and Charles Leclerc could have just processioned this race around and got himself a win,
yes,
then
true.
Thing is,
then it becomes a good strategy.
It's a team race, though, isn't it? And even if he was in 6th and it had finished with Carlos Sainz in 4th, well, no, because he would have gone back. Carlos Sainz would have been 3rd, which would have got Ferrari a podium still, and then he would have been in 5th. So great points for the team, especially considering their nearest rivals are McLaren, and Ricciardo's out of the points at the moment.
Yeah.
So they still would have. Okay, Ferrari still would have got pole either way. Great, but putting him back on 5th, it meant Ferrari would have got a big old haul of points, which they need in the championship this year.
Yeah, they're struggling, aren't they? To be fair, so it's it would have done them good. So, like I said earlier on, so the pit stops lap 19 to 24, it seems. Then it doesn't seem to make much difference whether you go medium or hard. They're saying that you go probably towards the back end of that 19 to 26 if you're going on the mediums, and then hard a little bit earlier because it'll last you longer. But simple one stop if everything goes to plan, by the looks of it.
Yeah, definitely with Monaco.
Yeah, the fastest pit stop of the season, 1.93 seconds. Red Bull. Jeez.
Insane, isn't it?
I'm not sure I could, even like touch a tyre in 1.93 seconds, let alone replace one. That is insane speed.
They practice that so often, though. Every weekend, just constant pit stop. It's
so well drilled, isn't it? And it's over and over. They can probably do it in their sleep.
It sounds like a terrible job, doesn't it? But still, I bet millions of
I'd
people
be up
would
for it.
line up to do it. Yeah.
Because as one of
Doing
the
it over and
one
over.
of the probably the key role in a F1 team. Because if you make a mistake, it can knacker your race.
Yeah,
absolutely.
As we've seen already this season.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
So
And
not only
George
is it
Lang
difficult,
last season.
but you've got a massive amount of stress on it as
Yeah,
well.
pressure.
Yeah, it sounds
Oh.
delightful.
Yeah.
You can keep it, Reese, mate. I don't want that job. No way.
No, I'd definitely be a laugh. Let's see if Max lines up on the right side of the grid.
No, but yeah, Red Bull already sent a message to the FIA about how they wanted to sort out the grid.
Right. Leave it empty like that. So Bottas has got a clear run down to the first corner, isn't he?
Yep.
I don't feel that because if he gets a good
But
start,
he will be a bit. Oh, what's happened here?
I think you might want to do a bit of a refresh stuff because I think you're still a few seconds behind us.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. No, there we go.
Yeah, somebody did stop on the track, but they've cleared that up. But here we go. We are ready to begin. Everyone except for Leclerc is in the correct position. The lights are building. And finally, the rubber is rolling in Monaco. Let's go.
Oh, aggressive start.
Yeah,
Aggressive start there.
very much so. Squeezed in, didn't he? Bit of, well, they made it through. They made it through the first
Looks as though they've,
Oh,
well.
Come on, crash first lap, says Scott. I think if it was going to happen, it would either be there or this corner
This bit
here.
Yeah.
So I think
Ooh,
whoever said
a bit
no,
of
the
a
acorns
couple.
are safe.
Two avoidance. There was.
Oh. Alpine trying to. Don't know who that
Aston
was.
Martin, yeah.
Oh,
Gonna
two
bring
has to
himself
get
over.
it.
There was contact on the first corner. It looks as though someone's lost part of their end plate.
No, that doesn't count.
The jury has spoken. Sorry, Club.
Judge rules.
Judge Jules. Judge Jez. Look at it.
Did the cars touch? That counts. No, this isn't like the third grade, mate. We're not doing. Yeah, they held hands. That counts. It's not happening.
They got the first base, Clibby.
Pinky hold.
Oh. Can you imagine? So it
looks as though Perez
8th.
has got an upper place. Well, they've all got an upper place. Duh.
Except for Leclerc.
I'll get there.
So they've still got Leclerc listed. Did they not officially eliminate him, or
they won't do until for a couple of laps in?
Okay.
So
they don't tend to do. Oh, right, okay. But they don't do did not start as such then.
No. Love that side shot from the hairpin. Looks great.
Okay. There was no crash in lap 1. Let's see who receives the points. Stop showing me messages and just do the thing. Twitch, come on.
Who gets all the points? I wonder.
Who get all the points? Who got all the points? Who got all the points?
See details. Oh. It was Duff.
Plenty more stick parties to come in. Well done, Duff.
Yeah. All in the stick party pot.
It was all to Duff. Nobody else did it. Duff went big on his.
Yeah.
There you go. Just shows sometimes
for 1,000 in.
It's worth being contrary.
Yep.
Club went big and went home. 3K. Ouch. Ouch.
Duff, can you kindly stop winning everything, says Jaeger. Max Verstappen, fastest lap.
Next week.
1:17.48.
To show you the difference, that was what, a 1:17. The Formula Regionals, their fastest lap was 1:30.
And what did we have from Formula E a fortnight ago?
I think it was similar. It was 1:30, 1:31.
I think it was 1:35 was former Repol.
Wow.
I'm not going to get into that debate today. Well, I might do later on. But so I see Schumacher's got past Mazepin already.
Yeah, that was predictable.
Yeah.
Speaking of predictable, was one of you like to talk about the venture that has been going on, especially on Twitter, with regards to Mazepin and the?
Oh yes. Well,
I'll say no more and leave it to you.
well, as you know, Formula One, similar to Formula E and everything else, has driver of the day. And the last race, due to some poking on Twitter and some trending votes, I believe, everyone voted for Mazepin, and he came second, I believe, in the driver vote, which is it's one big huge piss take, isn't it? So I think today we should encourage that again. And I mean, I wasn't aware at the last for the last race, so I would have got involved. But I am fully on board today, and I will be
Absolutely.
casting my vote for Mazepin when the time arrives. I think it's 20 minutes left. They opened up the vote for that.
Yes.
So we'll all get involved in that.
And I don't know how they record the votes, whether it's by IP address or by device. But if it's by device, I've got a ton of devices around me, and we can put a few votes in. But I think, yes, the Effing Racing Show is fully behind sabotaging the driver of the day and making Mazepin the winner. Let's just hope he has an atrocious race to really...
Have you seen all the other thing that's been going on social media as well? Is they all reckon that Mazepin is going to end up in the harbour, and there's been shots of cranes pulling Hassers out of the water, and
there was one with him coming out of the tunnel and just taken off and flying into the side of a yacht.
I don't know if it's still there, but if you go on Google Maps and go alongside the harbour, someone has put an official pin that says Mazepin Haas in the harbour.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've seen that. Hello, Calculate6. Hope you're well.
Hello. I did wonder if you were going to say hello to us or whether you were just going to talk to Duff. But hello, welcome in.
I'll see if I can find it now, and I'll send it to you, Jess.
It's my angelic nature is what it is.
The kind of tide is turning in reaction to Mazepin. I don't think he is very popular amongst his fellow drivers, and quite rightfully so. But do you think there's a point at which they are able to force Mazepin out of the sport?
No. I don't think Haas are, because their title sponsors is his dad.
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot he can do about it, really. In terms of that, because go on, sorry.
I just saw a Haas meme that they've crossed out the H of Haas and put tits and above, so it just says tits and ass.
Oh dear me! There's a group on Facebook that I wholeheartedly recommend. It's called Formula One F1 Meme Land, and some of the stuff on there is just fantastic. I mean, I have to say, I'm just trying to find the one I can send them.
Remaining on topic, they just showed the Schumacher Mazepin pass, and Schumacher aggressively passed Mazepin. He did not want to be stuck behind him at all. He's like, no, this is not happening. I'm getting past him.
The lows hairpin, that was superb.
Yeah, that was very aggressive. Is Mazepin the blocker knob, Artiega? Yes, he is. He is the guy that when he's about to be lapped, just gets in the way. Spins out. Generally does everything that you should not do as a Formula One driver.
It's a shame we didn't get Schumacher in quali, because in FP3 he was up to 14th.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I was because I saw that, and then like when you messaged me, I was like, oh wow, okay, it's impressive. And then I saw the crash, and I was like, oh, that was a fair old crash. And I think he just carried too much speed in, didn't he? It was
rear got away from him, and that was it.
Anybody could have done it, but it was.
I mean, Schumacher might have a good chance of getting Tsunoda here, because Tsunoda's actually never raced at Monaco.
Yeah.
It's the first time he's ever driven around this track.
Club wants to know if there's a prediction for winner. There isn't one in the same style as we just did with the betting of the acorns, because then we wouldn't be able to do any other predictions for the entire race. We'd have to wait for that. So, but you can put your predictions into the chat of who you think is going to win, and if it is close towards the end of the race, then we will do a prediction about who takes it in the last kind of 10 laps or so. But, yeah,
and obviously we have the Effing Racer of the Day.
Of course.
Yes, indeed.
Just to properly ruin it for someone.
Yeah.
Although that curse has not carried on. Right. Yeah, we've been fine.
Last season, it was definitely a curse.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'll find it later. So I was going to get.
I'm surprised Sainz is kind of. There's such a gap now between Bottas and Sainz.
Yeah. It's 3 seconds difference. Norris is a couple of seconds behind him as well. Pierre Gasly. So Lulu can't seem to do
Bottas now with the fastest lap. So maybe he's just given himself a bit of air. And as I say that, Verstappen then just goes fastest.
I was going to say you're either above or.
So they're trading fastest. I mean, Bottas still getting fastest laps, yet being a second and a half behind. I assume, like I said, the gaps are just building out so they can cool down the tyres, cool down the brakes, see how it goes in the pit stops, and then go from there.
Yeah, about 20 laps till pit stops. I would say 18 laps, and then we'll see what starts to happen with strategy and where we're going to end up on that. It'd be interesting to see who goes for hard and who goes for medium, because they're all on soft at the minute, I believe. Oh no, they're not. The top 10 are on soft. What?
Jaeger's going on about Senna.
Yeah, it was a conversation we had earlier.
Cool.
Don't worry about it. No, I thought that the anniversary of the death was a few weeks ago, and turns out, yes, it was.
Correct. It was indeed a very sad day.
We did a piece on it at the intro. I did a piece on it.
That's right. Yeah. That's partly why I thought it had happened a few weeks ago rather than this weekend. Yes. Fernando Alonso is making the most impact in this race so far. He's up 3 places, up to 14th. The only other drivers that have increased more than 1 place, according to Planet F1 and their standings, is Lance Stroll in 11th and Kimi Räikkönen in 12th. They're up 2 places from the beginning.
Yeah, because Danny Rick massively lost out there and is now down in 13th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Norris just sets the fastest lap of the race. Go on, Lando.
Howdy, Tamsnaki. Good afternoon.
Hello, Tamsin. Welcome.
So I suppose the next poll we could do is say within the next 10 or 12 laps, do we think there's going to be a safety car? Because it's very, very rare to have a Monaco without a safety car.
It is.
Yeah.
It's...
Okay, so what before lap what do you want to say?
20.
20?
That gives you about 15 minutes, doesn't it?
I'll say by lap 20. So lap 20 does not count.
Yes, got to get the legals in.
You know,
Margaret, call the lawyer.
So here's due to the combination of its low speeds, high concentration requirements, and regular intervention of the safety car, Monaco is the only current race which doesn't run to the 305-kilometre distance, which every other Grand Prix on the calendar has to.
Correct.
I've just seen a car with a Jez number plate. Couldn't get my phone out fast enough to take a photo, though. Well, there you go. Yeah, don't get me started on personalised number plates, though. But
hasn't that come up before?
I think it did come up before. Yeah. Yes,
I used
absolutely. Did you? What did yours say?
It was
Reese 1.
No, it's just my initials.
Oh. Yeah.
I always wanted as a kid D1JFF. You put the 1 and the J next to each other, it looks like a U. So just say Duff.
Duff. Yeah. Nice work.
Hmm.
You can You can put them in the website, can't you, to see if they're available or what?
Yeah, you're not allowed Duff. The only one it would offer me at £11,000 was M1JFF, which is fine.
Muff. You can have Muff, but not Duff.
Yeah, apparently it's now on an Audi.
Nice.
But yeah, can't have Duff.
Muff Audi.
No,
Audi
no one can have Duff,
No, not even me.
despite the fact that we can't get enough of that wonderful Duff.
Christ, we've only got 30 seconds to decide.
Well, it was 2 minutes you were talking.
Oh, right. I knew that.
Hang on then.
Get your predictions in, folks.
Why not? Don't spend too many points. Well, I mean, left for stick bud.
Well, that would be a shame, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Wouldn't it just? Wouldn't it just? It's a stick party free zone today, folks.
I mean, you can redeem it. All it will do is give me Technicolor in my little box for a while. That's it. But what I will say, a new addition to this stream, this show, in addition to the acorns being down there, is that if you're not currently following Heritage One or Death Valley, go ahead and head over to their channels and do so, because their notifications will appear in their bottom right corner.
In my bottom.
In our bottom.
In your bottom.
Oh,
Which is
lovely.
going to be painful.
Yes.
Nice.
And who doesn't want to cause these guys pain?
I can't think of anyone that doesn't want to cause us pain, really. It's people are generally pretty keen to do so. There you go. Oh,
I need
lost
to
my feed.
update that.
There it is.
Shout out. I'm going to do that
Cheers,
right
Jaeger.
now. While the race has become a bit of a procession.
So does Ace Frehley play? I can't remember if mine's Ace or Cliff.
What?
My notification. I can't remember what I set up.
Could not tell you, I'm afraid. Could not tell you. Where is it? There. No.
Either way, I remember it's really off-putting when you're trying to play Rocksmith.
I expect so. Yeah, it would probably be more fitting here than it is
Yeah.
for playing something else.
When you're trying to listen along to a song.
Ah, dear. I like my new water bottle. Ah, okay. New water bottle. Is it a colourful water bottle? Is it
I like my old one, but it's got a really thin spout on it because it's my hockey one, and it's so it goes through the face cage. Otherwise, I'd just be pouring water down myself.
there's a market for it somewhere, I'm sure.
There is, yeah, absolutely.
I can't remember. I don't remember doing enough in American football to need that much water, but in hockey, I definitely did, and I needed that little spout on it. Otherwise, I wouldn't reach my face.
Yeah, I had to get through the helmet stuff. That's
I believe it's also a sporting anniversary for Jez, from what I saw.
Yeah.
From the days when he could run.
Well, yeah, and I went out for a run this morning as well, just to try and get back into that peak physical condition.
Did you take a football with you?
Did I take a what with me?
A football?
No, I didn't. No,
No.
but I did run on a soccer pitch. Does that count?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Grass or AstroTurf?
Yeah, grass.
Oh.
No, I don't go near AstroTurf after the horrific arm shredding I once did on an AstroTurf. They're not nice things. But yes, 11 years ago today, I scored a 55-yard touchdown in a double victory for my old team, the South Wales Warriors.
They're still going.
Nice.
Yes, they are. Yeah. I mean, there hasn't been much in this COVID environment.
Well, yeah.
I have noticed though the BAFA schedules are out for this year.
Yeah, they're quite light. My
Yes.
local team, the East Kent Mavericks, I think they've only got 3 teams in their conference division, whatever they're calling it in BAFA now. So yeah, it's a start in getting back to normal in sports. very thankful for sports like F1 that have pretty much carried on regardless with a few amendments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. If you fancy a sport, always check out what local teams are about and
absolutely
join in.
And if you want to get into this sport, I suppose go-karting is the main starting point, isn't it?
Or
If you
have
want to
it
be in the
business.
Billionaire Boys Club, ironically, from Hamilton.
What did you say, Reece? Sorry?
Yes. I said, or just get yourself adopted by someone that owns an oil conglomerate.
Yeah, probably a bit old to be
plenty of other divisions to get in. A good one is if you got a Citroen 2CV, you can easily join the Citroen 2CV 24-hour race around the UK. There's loads of little. You go to I don't want to say a smaller circuit. They're not smaller circuits. The UK circuits on any race weekend, especially if it's not like touring cars or kind of a bigger one. But if you go to a smaller one, they usually allow you to walk around the pits and see in the back of garages and things like that. And it's really, really good to kind of, if you want to learn more about lower level motorsport, just to kind of get involved. And it's great.
Absolutely.
Me and the guys I worked with, we always wanted to get a car, and even if it was just for the one race, do a Citroen 2CV 24-hour race. Get our racing licenses, and just get a couple of guys that can do a bit of mechanics or whatever, and just give it a go. I think it'd be great fun.
Yeah. I'm up for like a driving across a big distance kind of thing. Less about the race really, but more about just having a bit of competition,
isn't it?
And hanging out and having a good time. Yeah, one day.
Let's get back to just racing, shall we, and see what's going on in the race.
Yeah,
indeed. Well, unfortunately, I mean, if it's not obvious by our massive digressions, the race hasn't really been all too thrilling so far. Max Verstappen is up to 1:15.76 on his fastest lap procession now, and even though he's consistently setting fastest lap after fastest lap with only a few interruptions, he only leads Bottas by 2.2 seconds.
Yep.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, they've over the last kind of 10 laps, they've all the kind of top four have been trading fastest laps, and they just now seem to be far enough away from each other to have a lot of clean air around them to be able to put in those fastest laps.
Definitely. I think so. Norris is keeping him honest here and forth. It's all like that. I said it's 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Yeah, it's not the race we were thinking we might have had. And I think that if Leclerc might have been at the front, you just might have backed them all into each other a bit potentially as well, and made it a bit more closer racing. But still,
yeah, as we currently stand, the only reason there's going to be a safety car or anything else is if someone makes a silly mistake. I mean, they're all just basically like scale electric at the moment.
Yeah, until someone drops it. It's there ain't a lot going on, but that's okay. That's why you're here for quality programming, and we'll just keep you amused. That's what we're here for. I just set off a bomb. There you go. There's something to watch. Look at that. and you can do it too. Type an exclamation mark bomb.
Absolutely, yeah. You can do many things with the acorns if you need the distraction. You can play slots, exclamation slots. You can bet, exclamation bet. Choose a color, red or black, and a value that you want to bet, and you'll get your little roulette wheel out.
So currently, from the last timing screen I saw, Mazepin is now just over a minute behind the leader after 18 laps, and he seems to be going back about half a second to a second a lap slower. So we're only another sort of 15 laps before he becomes an obstruction to the leaders, so that could get interesting.
You are correct. These tyres, I'm happy. Fastest lap for Bottas again, 1:15.7.
Yeah.
So it's it's that little gap, isn't it?
Oh yeah, did you hear the language from Max after the red flag came out?
No. I would imagine he was less than
Basically, there was more beeps on screen than there was actual words. He was not happy. Neither was Bottas, to be fair. Both of them thought it was a crash done on purpose. Listening to the radio message.
Black and white flag for Norris. Track limits.
Yeah, turn 10, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
That's been what was it? In FP3, there was
bouncy.
33 lap times discounted for that corner.
Over 100 over the course of the full weekend, apparently, so far.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Even for normal tracks, isn't not generally that high.
Which makes me think that barrier they put in Formula E would probably be a lot more helpful. I mean, half the time in Formula One, they'd probably just plow through it. But, who was that? Was that Stroll?
Yeah, Lance Stroll. If he was going a little faster, he'd have probably managed to take off that entire car over that curb.
Yep.
That was a nice bounce. It is lap 20. We have not had a safety car. So the answer is no. And the acorns are being distributed. Duff again. What a surprise.
And Defanoodle's got it right. Nice. Well done, boys. Well done. Get that lottery ticket.
It's been too much of a procession at the moment for anything to go wrong. Yeah. I'll wait till...
I fully agree with you. It wasn't quite as likely.
But I think, if anything, this just proves what needs to change with the new rules next year with Formula One. Look at all the other races this weekend. Look at all the other races in Monaco over the last month. So we've had the support races, lots of close racing. I mean, leading to crashes. We don't necessarily want crashes in Formula One, but that's what can happen in close racing. Happened in the Porsche Super Cup. It happened in the Formula 2. Go back a couple of weeks, the super close racing in Formula E. Even back, a month ago to the historic Grand Prix with all the old F1 cars with their less downforce, and was so much closer wheel-to-wheel racing.
Yeah, it was. Really was.
And that's what we need to change. I know Formula One spent the last, 40 plus years now building on aerodynamics. But it's gotten to the point now where it's become such a hindrance that one car can't follow another.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And I think I've noticed it more having got back into the sport in the last couple of years and getting into other things like Formula E. It's that Formula One are not doing themselves any favours with a lot of the development they're doing. It's great, it's really cool that they're able to do this stuff, and that will have knock-on effects to commercial vehicles and everything down the line. But it isn't improving the quality of the racing any, I don't think.
No, not at all. Did you see how close Danny Ricciardo there was to the barriers?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Vroom, says Future Wolfington. Welcome in.
Oh, yeah. Watch that replay. His front wing, in the Armco barrier, it's kind of like B-shaped. The end plate of his front ring went in between that middle bit of the B. That was an incredible shot. Wow. But yeah, I mean, because we shouldn't be having this racing this year.
No.
This year should not be. It's only because of COVID that the rules got put back a year.
Yeah, it should have been the new cars, new rules. Well, not new rules.
So these
new cars
will be the fastest F1 cars that will have ever been around Monaco, and probably will ever be around Monaco. once we start changing the rules.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
And the rules that were brought, you can tell the rules that were brought in to slow down Mercedes, they've put enough money in to counteract it, because the other team that's massively lost out because of it is a direct copy of the Mercedes, which is the Aston Martins.
Yeah.
And where are they? They're nowhere.
No,
And
no.
Mercedes weren't massive at the start, but now they've managed to develop so much that the time that was taken out of them, they've now cut off.
Yep, they got it back, haven't they, to be fair?
Yeah.
Wolf wants to know who else is Team Mazepin. Well, stay tuned, future Wolfington, because we are all going to be voting for Mazepin as the driver of the day later on the official Formula One voting, not on ours. We're not that stupid.
Just making sure I've signed in, ready for it.
And you got to have a login.
I think you do.
Oh, right, okay, that's disappointing. And who wants
to come back
to break the news to Little Cute Girl 86, who says, "Go, Ricardo, go"?
Oh dear.
I think that said it.
It's not really go, 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 unfortunately. It's oh dear. Where is he?
It is go, go, go. It's just generally backwards.
He didn't have the best of qualifying sessions, Little Cute Girl 86, sadly, which meant he started right down. Well, I think he qualified 14th. Currently in 13th, but that's only because one of the people ahead of him didn't start. And he's 3 seconds behind Kimi Räikkönen, which is even worse.
Well, he started 12th, so he's lost 2 places.
12th? Jeez, that's even worse again. Very poor, unfortunately, which is a shame because we like Danny Rick, and we all want to do a shoey.
Yeah, every last one of us. Yeah.
Oh, so much.
See, look at that excitement in the boys' faces. Because we'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, Reese will do it.
He will. And we'll be right next to him as he does it.
Yeah. We will be watching as well.
Yes. It's one of those things, isn't it? You just enjoy that. You just enjoy that. And I will do it. And the deal was that we would all do it.
I don't remember this deal.
No, not me.
I don't remember being here at the time.
Maybe go and clip it.
Yeah,
I'll go and find it. Not now.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Jess has already clipped it out. I wouldn't put it past him either. I wouldn't put it past him. So we're going to be heading. We'll be heading towards. Well, we're in pit stop land.
We're absolutely in the pit window, aren't we? Yeah. Who blinks first? Maybe that could be there's not enough variables to have that as a prediction. Otherwise, we could have had that as a prediction.
There's the first lapping from Mazepin.
It seemed like an amicable lapping for once.
Yep, 25 laps in his left. Man, that's poor. Bloody poor. They don't seem to have the time. So I was just listening to.
Didn't hear that from.
No, I couldn't. I didn't catch it.
Max.
That's all right, because it'll be.
I would assume he's asking to come in.
Schumacher gets straight out of the way. Good on him. He understands.
How do you think Red Bull have learned from their decisions and debacle in the last race for this one, now that they've got Verstappen out in front?
I don't think they have.
Yeah.
No?
It's the second time they've done it already this year.
Yeah.
I think they're just setting him out, get as big a lead as possible just in case we fuck it up.
Yeah.
Only once, future Wolfington.
This race, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100 times.
I was going to say, I don't think we can count to the number that he's been lapped generally.
Wasn't he lapped twice in the last race?
Yeah. He had a diabolical race. And the very good stewards at Monaco are waving the blue "get the fuck out of the way" flag.
There it is.
Which he did when there was no car behind him.
Yeah.
Put the link for. Oh, it hasn't started yet. Right, when it refreshes towards the end of the race, I'll put the link for the to vote for driver of the day in the chat.
Did we need a login for it?
I don't. Well, I'm already logged in, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm already logged in.
Throw the link in, then I'll have a go because I won't be logged in.
Hang on then. One momento, sir. Paste it there. There you go. Try that.
Yeah. Accept cookies.
You are?
Okay. Yeah. I'm not signed in, and it hasn't said anything to suggest that I will need to. So we'll wait and find out.
When the time comes.
Yes, indeed.
So, Mercedes have been on the radio to Lewis saying there are gaps starting to appear. By that, what they mean by that is there are gaps for him to come into the pits, and then a gap they can put him back out in terms of traffic, so he's not coming out with 4 cars either side of him, etc. Another lapping. Well done.
Sainz, I think, is pushing because he's getting a lot closer now behind Bottas.
Perhaps he's going to try and
Nope. We seem to have lost some sound from Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duff, you're still there. Reese, we seem to have lost your sound, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
We'll come back to Reese's thought in a moment. I actually wanted to listen to what he was going to say for once as well.
Wow.
It sounded like he was going to make an interesting point.
Yeah. Crazy. Nope, nothing, mate.
Still nothing.
Christ, Jaeger's screaming at him in the chat.
Oh, talk again.
What's the matter now?
Hey!
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That was weird.
That was.
It did that early on as well, didn't it? When I joined. Anyway, what I was going to say was that and I don't know whether you guys covered it because I lost it as well. Was that when they mean they can see gaps, they mean in terms of when he comes into the pits, and then when they send him back out, they mean a gap in the traffic so he's got clear air, and isn't coming out with 3 or 4 cars that are going to slow him down. That's what I mean by that.
And then Duff noted that Sainz seems to be pushing, and Bottas is complaining about his tyres. He's really pretty suggesting that he needs to come in. So
interesting.
Now is the time to push for Sainz, I think. If Sainz's tyres are lasting a bit better, but he's been out on them as long as everybody else in that front field. They all had the extra couple of laps from quali on their tyres.
It sounds like Lewis might be coming in for a pit soon. They've asked it. They've basically said on the radio, it won't be long. Push. So yeah, it sounds like he'll be coming in soon. Oh, looks like Mercedes might be getting ready.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone past.
So Hamilton or Bottas?
Well, normally whoever's leading out of the 2 Mercs gets
the choice.
So if I was Bottas, I'd stay out as long as I could personally. But we'll see.
I really don't think he's got any confidence in his tyres. And there we go. Bottas is in.
He's in.
Very quick. No, it was Hamilton. My bad. I stand corrected. It was Hamilton. 2.2 seconds for Hamilton.
That's quick then.
Great stop.
Here we go. Where's he going to come out?
It's a very slow pit lane, that one. He's out in 8th.
Not bad.
Not bad at
They'll
all.
probably take that. We'll take that. Blue flag. So now he's got to go into hammer time now, isn't he?
Yeah, massively.
They should just attach a blue flag to the front of Mazepin's car, surely, at this stage.
Easy.
Norris has been complaining that it's getting harder to drive his car.
Tyres, I'd imagine.
Oh, McLaren have decided that they're going to go hard, by the looks of it, with Hamilton.
Bottas is in.
Here's Bottas.
Oh, this
Oh
is
no,
not fast.
they fucked it.
Oh, what have they done?
Someone's
Is it-
pressed the fuck Bottas button.
Oh
They
no!
can't get the tyre off.
And
They
this
can't get the
front,
nut off.
this front left is just getting hotter and hotter and hotter. That's starting to smoke. Oh my god!
Bring out the reserve gun. Nope, it's fucked.
Wow.
39 seconds he's been in there now. Absolutely
look.
destroyed his race. He's already down in 11th and it just keeps dropping. I think this is him done.
Is that
Christ.
cross-threaded nut?
It's got to be something like that, yeah. They're gonna have to cut
They
that.
can't get it to move.
They can't get it off.
Wow.
That's got to be it. He's done.
Yeah, it's cross-threaded.
They've got to take it to be like welded or not welded, heat gunned, angle grinded off.
Yep, someone's pressed the fuck Bottas button.
It's going to be a while before Russell, Latifi, etc. lap him though, so he's quite safe in 14th at the moment.
Yeah.
Gasly also pitted. Despite a 3-second stop, he managed to come back out in front of Hamilton. So Hamilton hasn't managed to skip him.
He's fuming on the radio as well, is Hamilton?
Oh, Hamilton or Bottas?
Yeah. Hamilton.
Hamilton not coming out in front of Gasly.
Verstappen is still setting fastest laps despite having not pitted yet.
Yeah.
It's really good news.
Yes, it's just a trade now between the two Red Bulls. He's just taken that off Perez, who's held it for a while now.
Oh, here we go. It's be interesting going up the hill. Go on, Seb. Stick your foot down, son. Yeah, he's got him. He's got him. Go on, Seb. That's a shit bit of video in editing that. Stroll.
He's over this curb again.
Missing that corner.
Wow, well done, Seb. He got out in front of him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Sebastian Vettel, but I really did enjoy that bit of racing there.
Yeah, Bottas is out. They cannot get that tyre off.
Did you happen
having a right old moan?
Yeah, did you happen to catch what he said? I didn't.
It was just that pissed off voice. It'll come up on the Formula 1 page now in a sec. They always put it on.
I was hoping it was going to come up on the Formula 1 page, but it hasn't come up yet.
Wow.
Yeah, why didn't they didn't show that overtake in the end?
No,
they were too busy showing Stroll's air instead.
Yeah.
Verstappen wants to come in.
well, it's probably a good time for him to come in, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, Vettel managed to jump Hamilton and Gasly in that stop.
Yes, well, that's got him out ahead of Gasly.
Out in fifth.
Yeah.
That was great by Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they pit? They haven't pitted though, have they? Aston Martin haven't pitted yet.
Yeah, Vettel beat him in the pit.
Really?
I think, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his overtake when he came out of the pits.
Oh, I see.
That position when they were going up the hill, and then the director chose, for some reason, not to show it. Margaret! But Margaret can't do the video editing because she's no arms and legs, remember?
Oh, there we go. It's Hamilton saying that he said the tyres could go longer.
Oh, well, he was obviously right, wasn't he? You know.
And it was cross-threaded wheel nut that did it.
Ouch.
The video editing was done by Margaret.
Surely they could have just got out an old-fashioned frickin' ratchet and socket to undo that cross-threading. Just a bit of torque.
With it cross-threaded, you're going to knacker the thread to put the next one on. You're not only going to knacker the thread of the nut, because the nut stays in the gun.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when you try to put the new one on, you're just going to re-cross-thread it, and
it'll ruin it.
Okay. I understand.
It's
not a case of not being able to get it off as such. It's a case of it won't go back on even if you do. Properly, anyway.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Perez now up to P2. I know it's because he hasn't pitted, but is this just another show of how good Perez is on his tyres? Because the last few races, we've seen that Perez can make tyres last for damn near ever.
2-second stop for Verstappen, and he's just barely out in first.
Yep. Oof.
Perez did get by him, but he still needs to pit.
Yeah.
So that's Verstappen's place, just waiting for him.
Yep.
Incredible work.
Wow,
So
Hamilton's not happy. He keeps sending message after message.
Yeah, it's almost like he's some kind of whiny crybaby kind of guy or something. You know?
Are we talking about the same driver?
No.
Hamilton complaining? I've not heard of that, gents. I've got to be honest. That's not something that's come up before.
Oh, that's why he's been on it. Mercedes just told Hamilton he's now set to lose the place to Perez as well, because Perez is set to come out in front of Hamilton.
Yeah. Nice. There
you go. Mercedes have just tweeted that the wheel nut machined onto the axle as we attempted the pit stop.
Wow.
So they're literally going to have to cut that wheel off, cut that nut off.
Yeah, they'll have to get the arc welder out and do it that way.
So if Red Bull don't fuck up Perez's pit stop...
Here it is. Here is said pit stop.
Here we go. Go on.
Looked clean. 2.8 seconds. Not as good as Verstappen.
So.
They clearly don't like Perez as much as they like Verstappen, obviously. But
there goes Lando.
It's super slow. It's going to be close. There's Gasly.
There you go.
Easy.
He's out in fourth.
What a great race he's been running.
That wasn't Gasly. That was a Williams. So that's one of the back people. So yeah, he's out in fourth.
Well then, I take back what I said about Red Bull and their strategy.
Yeah.
Because it has been on point.
Yeah, they proved themselves right there, haven't they?
So far, Hamilton has lost out to Vettel and Gasly in the pit stops.
Yeah.
That's mad.
I wonder if we could hear another bit of whinging from him on team radio. You know, I don't like to relish in another's misery, but you know.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, there is team radio now from Lewis on the.
He's listening in.
What has just happened? I've just lost 2 places.
Yeah, do you know what is what pisses me off with that? He says when he's all happy and saying, we as a team, when things start going wrong, it's I have lost 2 places, not we have lost 2 places. I've lost 2 places.
Yeah,
and that's what I can feel a rant coming. But that's exactly the kind of language you think. Well, actually, it just goes to show what a twat you are.
And I mean, have they told him about Bottas? Surely, if he's as team orientated as he claims to be, he'd be livid about the fact that they've cocked up Bottas's car and that he's out. That's championship points for the team that aren't going to happen now.
That is correct.
He's out there on his own trying to get points for his team. Unbelievable.
I know.
It's unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable. Wrong sport.
I didn't see it.
What? A goal? P4. Wow. So Norris is keeping him honest there in third as well, to be fair to him. That's a tight little race for him.
Has Norris pitted
Can't
yet?
seem to do much about science. Yeah. Yes, yeah, good. Of course he has. Russell, Latifi's ahead of Russell. It's unusual.
Shall we have a little a full grid update at this stage of the race? So Verstappen leads Sainz and Norris in the top 3. There is now a 5.4 second gap between Sainz and Verstappen in first. Fourth is Perez, who currently holds the fastest lap. Fifth, Vettel. Sixth, Gasly. Hamilton in 7th. Shame. Lance Stroll, the jumping bean, is in 8th. Ocon is in the pit in 9th. He's just dropped to 10th. Raikkonen is now in that 9th place. Just wait for Ocon here. See where he
goes
out. Yeah, Ocon has come out in 10th. Giovinazzi in 11th. Alonso in 12th. Danny Rick in 13th. He's not having a good race at all. Latifi in 14th. Tsunoda in 15th. Russell in 16th, who also is not having a good race. Mazepin is ahead of Schumacher now in 17th, and Schumacher is the last of the runners in 18th. Bottas and Leclerc are out.
So has Schumacher lost out in the pit stops to Mazepin? Because Mazepin was quite a way behind.
Yeah, he must have done. Sure, as now they've been lapped, it just says plus one lap, doesn't it? It doesn't always give you the time
split.
delta.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the word. Split.
Let's have a look at the leaderboard on this website. No, it doesn't give you that here either. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. So we're seeing a replay of Bottas now.
Yeah.
At what stage do you think this problem occurred for Bottas? Is it something that happened during that pit stop, or was it when the tyre was put on in the first place?
No,
When the tyre was put on in the first place.
Yeah.
Because that's when it goes
depends.
on. Go on, Def, sorry.
Sorry, a bit of both, to be honest. Part of it would have started once the wheel went on, but it could equally be because there's such high power wheel guns that if he's put it in at an angle, it could jar it enough. It's one of those things like when you're trying to get a nut undone, if you give it a few good taps with a hammer, it loosens it slightly. But with the power of those guns, it's got a similar effect. So once you chuck it on, if you're kind of pulled towards an angle and then that massive amount of torque kicks in, you could just instantly rip that thread.
No, just for Bottas oodles. Merck got Lewis's pit stop time wrong, so that's put him behind. You can see there Vettel and Gasly. So he's pissed. He's pissed off.
Shame.
As I'm sure you'll hear. Damn, he's pissed. And, look, my yachts.
Well, it sounds like, from what the commentators have been saying, is that Lewis feels as if he's given up on his race now.
He does it all the time. Really grinds my gears.
Yeah, because all those guys that are racing behind him are racing to earn the points they're getting, and he's sat there and not giving a shit. So just stop, just pull up, balls to him.
I mean, he's in 7th. He's still going to get some points. It still is integral to his championship push. So yeah, 6 points. There you go. Thank you, FIA, for providing the information I needed as I needed it. Yeah, 6 points he would get in 7th. That's not really something to stick your nose up at if you're in the position he's in this race.
No, I agree. Points win prizes.
Oh, no, McLaren have just been very stern to Lando, saying no more mistakes at turn 10. You could fuck our race. In P3. So
he keeps getting done for track limits, doesn't he?
Yep. Yeah, he could probably knacker him there. So come on, Lando.
It's a real opportunity for Lando and McLaren here to just maintain that 3rd position and get a good chunk of points.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know currently how close Perez is, but I don't think he's massively close.
A black and white flag for Schumacher.
Oh, track limits.
For track limits, yes, indeed.
Same old.
I assume that's him trying to catch up and overtake Mazepin.
Yeah. Schumacher is officially behind 2 laps now to Mazepin's 1.
So is that tyre problems for both cars, Oodles? In a sense, Mercedes have been having tyre problems all weekend. They haven't been able to get heat into the tyres.
No.
But for Lewis, losing those places was just really poor pit stop strategy. Lost out to Vettel and Perez in the pit stops. And Lewis has been moaning, surprise, surprise, but has been moaning that he still felt there was a lot of good pace in those tyres. And Red Bull have just spoken to Max on the team radio saying that they checked Stint 1's tyres and he did a really good job on them. So,
I mean, I think you could tell that from the fact that he was still setting fastest laps right up until the time that he pitted. So
yeah,
no, that's really good work from not just him but Perez as well. I think both the Red Bulls really did good tyre management in that first stint. What is this gap between Hamilton and Gasly now? 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Sometimes 1, depending on the corner.
Interesting to see. Surely if he's the GOAT, he should be able to walk through these. Serena Williams is there. Hello, Serena Williams. Why aren't you playing tennis? Must be tough being there.
Vettel is still on for his record at Monaco, where he has always finished in the top 5.
Interesting factoid, Dev.
And that's an interesting question too. Obviously, this year, Aston Martin have not had any kind of pace, really. But right now, you've got Vettel in 5th, and you've got Lance Stroll in 8th, despite the fact he keeps trying to launch his car into the marina. What do you think is the difference this week, and why Aston Martin are doing as well as they're doing?
It's an aero track, and they've still got a damn good aero package. So that probably has something to do with it in terms of generating the downforce to be quick enough.
Yeah, I think this is the one track where the regulation changes hasn't affected racing too much. I mean, it's the one track where kind of downforce and mechanical traction are key, and having that Mercedes engine in it is your massive key for your physical traction. And then with your downforce like they have last season, they've pretty much been copying the Mercs. It's just the reason they've done better than Mercedes this weekend is they've got a much better way of heating up their tyres.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Thank you for that comprehensive answer, both. It has to be said, as much as your answers were on point and were very informative, I think I prefer Oodle's answer of Daddy found the wallet.
Yeah. It's pretty funny, that. We're all for a bit
So there's an 8-second gap between Norris and Perez at the moment. So Norris shouldn't need to be taken as much opportunity at turn 10 than he has been.
No.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen particularly aggressive attempts at overtaking from anyone in this race, with the exception perhaps of Schumacher right at the beginning when he took that place from Mazepin.
Have we even seen an overtake on camera, a proper one?
No, because we didn't get to see that Vettel overtake after he pitted, did we? We didn't actually really get to see that. We haven't even seen a replay of it. So, no, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen one. If my memory serves me correctly, I believe it does. Yes, well, I mean, it's not been the most exciting the races so far, but there's still time. We're just over. We're into the last third of it nearly, but
Danny Rick is one of the fastest cars on the track at the moment.
Been doing pretty good in 13.
I was going to say the exact same thing. That's not going to help him immensely, given his position right now.
Yeah.
Nope. But hopefully that'll help him possibly overtake Raikkonen and Alonso.
Yeah, if we can get into the points, it'd be worth it, wouldn't it? To be fair. Oops.
So what are we? 45 laps out of 78. Nice.
Yeah, it's a shame that Norris can't do anything about science, because I mean, I wouldn't expect him to catch Max, but it'd be nice if he could start working towards Carlos Sainz a bit. I mean, he's 8 seconds clear of Perez, so he's fairly safe on that front. But,
right, so shall we go for the next prediction? will there be more than one actual racing overtake in the next 10 laps?
More than
By me.
one or above, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So none
Racing
or
overtake, not
yes,
lapping,
yeah.
an actual racing overtake.
So the options are none
Margaret?
or one or above. Is that what you're going
Yes.
with? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Margaret, call the lawyers. They're doing it again.
Because there's not many people close enough to actually do an overtake at the moment.
No.
Alonso, Raikkonen, maybe Danny Rick and that, but both Haas cars now have been lapped twice.
Okay, I'm going to set a short time period on this as well. You've got 2 minutes to put in your prediction. Will there be any overtakes in the next 10 laps? None or one or above? Here we go.
One thing, I mentioned this to you guys earlier, but one of the things I saw, it's kind of a bit to do with mental health. But if you think that, what was it? That's a good start. I've started it and I can't even remember what the start of it was.
Well
I'll
done,
get there.
Duff.
Yeah. If you see, there you go. If you think something in your life is a waste of time, just think every race has to go out to qualify.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is pretty much a waste of time, isn't it, to be honest?
Yeah.
Oop, we've got the predictions are going in. Good.
Yeah, it's a bit like the old adage from a few years ago. It's like, just if you think that you can't do anything in this world, just remember Donald Trump was president once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The most inspirational world leader of all time for all the wrong reasons. If he can do it, anyone can.
Yeah.
It's an inspiration to us all.
And yet no one should be inspired by him ever.
No, not really.
There is that.
Wow. Well, we have some random fact stuff.
So Perez still with the fastest lap at the moment.
It's less random, but I'll take it.
Yeah. To be fair, since Bottas went out, it's just been between Perez and Verstappen for fastest lap.
Yeah, Perez has held it pretty solidly since the pit stop that he made. I didn't notice Verstappen take it at any point, but I haven't been fully paying attention to the fastest lap. I just noticed Jaeger said on his way in that he hopes Lewis loses because he's a cock. I missed that.
Aston Martin just tried to speak to Lance Stroll to tell him the strategy, and Lance Stroll came back to the team and said, "Don't talk to me while I'm in the corners. We're in Monaco. It's pretty much all corners.
Don't talk to me while I'm in the air."
Yeah.
Not be good.
Oh, great team message.
Well, I think it's time to crack a beer, gentlemen.
Wow, that time already.
Wow.
Well,
go for it, sir. I think you've held out pretty well there. Lap 49 of 78. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Without your army knife.
Yeah, I've got to drive to Buxton after this.
Oh, that really sucks. I'm going to enjoy this beer.
Yeah.
That really sucks, then.
Oh.
And we didn't even have to pay for that dad joke.
No, that's true. I just literally dropped the mic. There we go. Fixed it now. There we go.
Very good.
Today's beer, for those interested, is the Brains SA Gold. It's a fantastic beverage. It comes to something when we're talking about beer and driving when there's a Formula One race on, because it's that boring. Come on, Formula One, do something daft.
Duff, I do have a question for you. Did you make a note of the lap we were on when that prediction started? Because I didn't.
Yes, 48, I believe.
Okay, good. I was leaning towards 48, but I didn't want to come out and say it with any kind of certainty.
We'll go with 48.
Yeah. So by lap 58, 70% of the Acorns bet are for no overtakes, and 30%, because obviously that is maths, think that there will be one or more.
Nice.
Oh, now Lewis is complaining on the team radio that the cars in front are too slow. So someone needs to have a word and say, "Oi, get out of his way, you lot! You're too fucking slow." So that's probably what'll happen.
I mean, do I need to point out the obvious thing that if they're too slow,
I mean, you can do.
You could just. Here's an idea. You could overtake them.
Yeah, overtake them. Yeah, that could
am
work.
I, am I mad? What?
Obviously,
what's happening?
That's not
here?
how it works.
Yep, you are mad. So it looks as though we're only 7 laps away from the F1 Driver of the Day opening up.
Yeah,
yes. Get your Mazepin votes ready.
Oh, yeah. I just realised that Lance Stroll up in 8th hasn't pitted yet.
Hasn't he?
He's still on the hard tyres he started the race on. Him and Yuki Tsunoda are still on their original hard tyres.
Wow.
Interesting. So where is he? 17 seconds ahead of Ocon. If he pits now, he'll come out in 10th, probably, I would have thought.
10th or 11th, yeah.
Decent bit of strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on his split to see if when he needs to come in.
Lando Norris just lapped his teammate.
It's a bad day for Danny Ricciardo.
Yeah, massively.
Maybe they should talk more to make
because Danny Rick's usually really good around Monaco.
Well, he's won it
twice. It's a shame.
Once. He's gonna have to get his ass in gear because eventually, McLaren are gonna go, "Oi, Sonny Jim, let's get going here."
Yeah, definitely.
Just like that, in those exact words, probably.
It would be. Oi, Sonny Jim.
Yeah, I mean, it. In all seriousness, it's a competitive team, and if Ricciardo continues to not perform in it, then his seat is going to be in question, isn't it?
Mm. There will come a time, like in any team.
God, that radio message when McLaren said to Danny, "Lando's coming through," he sounded so demoralised when replying.
Oh yeah.
That's horrible.
Ouch! That proper sounded like a broken man there, didn't he?
Yep.
Jeez. Oh well. Not much we can do about it, really.
I wonder what a different race this would have been with Charles Leclerc at the front.
Yeah.
It's true. It's a really good point. Well, or how different a race it would have been if the others had the opportunity to put in that last qualifying lap.
Yeah.
Pierre Gasly cut that barrier very close. I think he even
skimmed it,
clipped the wing with the barrier.
It looked like it, didn't it? Certainly the tyre rubbed on the thing.
Yeah.
The outside of the tyre.
That is not going to help his campaign to stay in front of Lewis Hamilton for the rest of the race.
I think he will do, though.
Oh, just kind of caressed around it. Wow.
Duff's scored up, Jez.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've got our stream, but I've got another stream that's slightly behind, but Ultra HD. So for those slow-mos, you can see it really well.
Nice.
So if something happens, I can look at the second screen and then watch it again.
That's forward planning, that, Duff.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
when a slightly delayed stream can be really helpful. Wow, Sonoda, still on those original hard tyres, is now getting close to or catching Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, he is looking for that push of Alonso. I wonder if he goes for the overtake.
Might as well.
It's odd. This whole flex, I don't know if you know, Jess, about the conspiracy that's going on at the moment about the rear flexi ring.
No.
Instead of the few years ago, it was the front wings were flexing too much. Now, apparently, the rear wings are limboing. So, under high speed, the wings are kind of pushing back. And then as they come into the corners, they're coming back up for more downforce. Now, this is Red Bull, Alfa Romeo, and I'm trying to think who else. Is it Alpine?
But then the Mercedes front wing was doing it as well, wasn't it?
Yep.
I saw that on the coverage yesterday, and Christian Horner was going, "Go on then, pull up the front Mercedes wing," and you could see it when it wasn't going normally. It was like this, and then it was going like that down the straight as it to go fast. And then as soon as they braked, it was the front wheel went back up like that to create the downforce. And
Yeah,
it's no different. They're all doing it.
yeah. And the only reason, but it doesn't seem to be helping Alpine and Alfa Romeo at all. It's just because it's Red Bull that has it and it's working with the I think it's Mercedes, McLaren, and I'm trying to think who else. Mercedes, McLaren, and someone else that are complaining.
Oodle says Ferrari have it as well.
Oh yeah,
Which obviously didn't help Leclerc yesterday in qualifying.
Come on then. Are we going to get some action?
right.
Let's hope so.
We,
There are 2 laps left for somebody to make that overtake and earn the 30%, some extra acorns. But I still don't
watch
see
this
it.
front wing now. There we go. Look, there it is. You can compare it by the sticker on the front wing. There it is, and now it's gone back up.
Yeah, you're right. It is noticeable.
Oh, it's done it again there. And then when he brakes, wait for it. There it is. It goes back up. Fantastic. There we go. So they're all doing it. I said it's whoever's losing complains the most, isn't it? And it's like any sport, I guess. Oh, that wasn't a penalty, or that was a penalty, or whatever. It was never a penalty, but if you've been given it, you take it. And it's one of those.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be complaints about potential unfair advantages in any sport, aren't there? But you're right. If they're all doing it, then just let it in.
there shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, just legalize it.
Well, it's like the double diffuser thing. Basically, what happened is Braun came out with it, and they all just copied it. But it's one thing, especially now with the cost cap, is we're going to see this more because teams are going to complain rather than put that money towards it, because that money would then go to something else. So it's just going to be more and more complaints every time they come out with a new gadget.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really understood that. How a team comes up with an innovation, and rather than developing it, supporting it, maybe even putting some money behind evening it out across all the teams so that they can all use it, they ban it.
Yep.
I still don't understand why KERS doesn't exist in the sport anymore. Still can't put my head around that.
Well, it wasn't when they went into the whole hybrid engine, all of the rest of it. They got rid of it all, didn't they? And whether that's right or wrong, I suppose, is up for debate, isn't it? But I mean, personally, I quite liked KERS because as we've said on this show many a time, it gave the driver. It came down to driver skill of when to use it.
Norris says he's struggling on his tyres. The car's struggling.
Well, he can't pit again, can he?
No.
Not where he is now.
What
were we looking at for an average pit stop? About 30 seconds or so?
It's quite a long time, yeah.
So where does that put him? 18. That puts him out in 6th, behind Vettel.
Better off staying there.
Pits.
So we need an overtake on this lap, otherwise it's a no.
Oh, over the curb. Well done, Lewis.
I'm sure that's somebody else's fault, not his.
Oh, yeah.
Pirelli's.
God damn you, Pirelli. It's the same
So what
tyres
are
I've
we?
been using all year, but they're different. Oh, is it? Why don't?
That's it, 59, isn't it?
It
We've
is.
had
It is
no overtakes.
59. I wonder what Duff might have voted based on his haste to get this decided.
Let's have a look.
But
Could be
indeed,
wrong.
there were no overtakes in that 10 laps. Let's see who other than Duff received some points. Oh look, it was
Not me.
Jespot 4000. It wasn't you.
And Reachage won.
And Research won. There you go. It was an inside job.
I was positive. I was hoping for an overtake.
Nah, never again.
I was all the 30%.
Oh, there you go then.
That didn't work, did it?
The Stroll is in.
Yes.
Has he got
Finally,
enough
Stroll
time
goes
to
in.
come out in 10th?
It's
Breaking
looking-
news. It's time to vote, gentlemen and ladies and anyone else that's watching. Get your cat to vote, get your dog to vote, get everyone to vote for Nikita Mazepin. Yes. Thank you for voting. Thank you. Oh, God, yes.
Oh, he's the first one there.
Let's put that in the chat once again. There is the link. This is the official Formula One driver of the day, where we are all, each and every one of us, voting for Nikita Mazepin for the lols. Get your votes in now.
And obviously, we would never sort of advise on any internet trolling, but in this case, it's funny.
Yes. To be fair, he should be the racer of the day. This is the first race he's ever not come last.
I was about to say that very thing. Yes, he's having the race of his life.
Yep.
So we're justifying this, are we?
I think
Is that what we're
it's
doing here?
vote for him.
Yeah, there you go. That's that.
Full concentration mode for Lando, they just told him.
So to confirm, you do not have to sign in to vote.
Oh,
So you
really?
can. I'm gonna try it on the Jezbot
go-
device.
Incognito and do it then. In that case, I believe I could. There. Thank you. Accept all.
There we
It'll go by IP though, won't it?
Well,
No,
that's what we'll
gonna tell you
find out. There we go. Nikita Mazepin.
Yep.
Vote.
Thank you for voting. Oh, got away with it. It's not by IP at all.
There you go. That's Jezbot done.
Let me get my phone. Send it
God.
send it to phone.
All of these votes are going to come from us.
Send that to mobile.
Well, he
phone.
was in like the top 10 last week, wasn't he?
No,
Something
he
like
was second.
He was second.
second.
He was
I
second.
love it.
Never miss the opportunity to troll. Never.
Little tip for anyone that doesn't know: if you've got your phone linked in Chrome and stuff, you can right-click on, on the address bar in Chrome and click Send to
incognito?
devices. No. And you click Send to devices, and it sends the link to your mobile, and away you go.
Yep.
Nice.
Useful little tip there.
Yeah,
And I've
particularly useful
also
if
voted on
you're
mobile.
you're reading a particularly word-heavy article and you're like, oh, this is difficult to read on my mobile. Send it to the
You
laptop.
can send it back. Yeah,
Yeah, perfect.
there we go.
Yes, it
That's
was a
my
good
3
one.
votes in.
Tech vote of the day.
Hey.
You got a free tech tip there, folks. Tune in for more.
Right, so how long is it till we do our racer of the day? Last 10 laps.
Yeah.
Yes. And should we put Mazepin in it?
It just null and voids it
Never.
all, doesn't
Never.
it?
No.
Although he is 5 seconds ahead of Schumacher, so Schumacher must have just had a massive problem.
He'll have done something wrong, won't he? I need to post this again, so I've got it on my other mobile. There you go.
That's a good point from Paul Drester there, to be fair. He said, if there was a safety car, will anyone risk a pit stop? So Perez in 3 laps should be in striking distance of Norris. Thanks to
Go Norwich.
Perez. Up the Canaries.
Hey.
Oh, it'd be so funny if he wins this.
So, Jez,
Wow.
why have you got so many mobile phones? Well, interested observer, there may come a time in which I need to vote for Nikita Mazepin as driver of the day 4 times. That is why I have so many.
Checo's taken. Oh, here we go. It's now. Checo will be in with striking distance of Lando Norris in 3 laps.
Yeah.
Lance Stroll is under investigation for failing to keep to the right of the line at pit exit.
Brilliant. Maybe someone was chatting to him.
Maybe he jumped over it.
Yeah.
It's just it's a really hard corner that coming out of the pits, and someone was speaking to him.
Wow. Probably a time penalty, I'd have thought.
Yep.
Yeah, well, considering he didn't lose any places.
He didn't gain anything either, did he? That's the thing about it. It's still, rules are rules, as I've said many a time, and that's a rule.
Hey, Oodles voted 4 times. Get in.
Okay, so that's
Come on, Oodles.
4. That's 4 from me. That's 4 from Oodles. That's 8. How many from you, Reece?
3.
11. Duff?
2.
Well, that's slacking, Duff, to be quite honest with you. That's not good
That's
enough.
what
I've only got my PC and my phone.
Dear.
It's just not good enough, Duff. I'm sorry.
It's not good enough at all.
All right, I'll do it another one.
Different browser?
Yeah,
Log out.
If you got Chrome and you got Firefox, hey,
Edge.
everything's got
why don't
Microsoft
we?
Edge. You might break your computer loading it up, but
Well, yes.
Incognito window. There we go. I wonder if that has any. Because it's still saying I voted for Marzipan, so.
That's it.
yeah, it probably needs to be a different browser. It probably does it on your cookies. It probably records in your cookies who you've voted for.
Cookies.
I might have Edge here somewhere.
Could do
I
some
do.
cookies. That'd be quite nice.
Wow, I don't think I've ever. Well, I might have opened Edge to download Chrome.
Ah, yes.
That's what anyone does.
As is the tradition.
Yeah.
Because you have to.
Hey,
and then
there we
it
go.
tries to make you stay on edge the whole time, doesn't it? Oh, give it a try. No.
Extra vote just gone in from Oodles. He's like, oh, that's a good idea. Different browser.
Yeah, that's another vote for Mazepin from me.
Nice.
Oh,
Formula One are going to have a problem. I wonder how they'll deal with this if it carries on.
Well, they'll just do the top 10, won't they? The driver of the day will just be for the top 10 or something like that. That's how they eliminate that. Lando Norris would like his team to shut the hell up.
Yes. Quiet, please.
So in that 10 laps that we had the prediction, we did not get an overtake, but Perez is closing in rapidly on Lando Norris and may
He's
take
within
that.
a second.
Yeah, I think he's in trouble, especially considering he's complaining about his tyres, is Norris.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear.
Well, it's very difficult to pass, and if Norris has got himself switched on enough, he'll be able to deal with that, I would have thought.
So it's got to be out of the tunnel. Yeah, last of the late breakers in the next few laps, I think it's going to have to be for Perez.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice line by Martin there. What's a Sunday in Monaco without a lunge?
Must be nice to sit up on that terrace and watch the race
Oh, yeah, must be beautiful.
with your £15 pint.
Yeah.
Is that all?
Well, yeah.
I'll take 7.
Probably is more.
That's for the bottle of piss.
That's for Carling. Okay.
I don't think you're even allowed to have carling in Monaco,
I was
are
going to
you?
say, I doubt they serve carling in Monaco.
Sounds like a perfect place to live to me. So Tsunoda pitted. So he did
Christ,
6 laps.
66 laps on those tyres.
Well,
It's not.
he should have just gone to the end. Why not?
Yeah.
Just go on the wheel rims after a while.
Yeah.
He could have pitted on the last lap and then just crossed the line as he came out the pits. Or you're not allowed to do that anymore.
No. Go on, Lando.
Yeah, this traffic is not going to help, is it?
No.
Okay.
Not
If he can
at
keep
all.
the car between them, it'll help a lot.
Oodles is on his 6th vote for Nikita Mazepin as driver of the day.
Nice.
They've just plugged it again on the Formula 1 feed.
Road closes at the end of the race. Oodles. Good work, son. So, are there any battles? Let's have a look what we got going on.
I don't think there are any.
Hamilton's not been able to do anything, is he? Still?
No. Other than Norris and Perez, I don't
Interesting.
think there are any battles going on across this entire
Hamilton's
field.
got a free pit window, so they might try and stick him in for fastest lap.
No action for Lance Stroll. His 8th position is safe at the moment until he leaps into the marina or into the crowd or somewhere else.
Red Bull. They've cleared a few back markers, but have the Haas boys coming up next, which may present an opportunity for the Mexican to pass. Nice.
Potentially.
May present an opportunity for Mazepin to take one of them out.
Yep.
As long as it's not Lando, I'll be alright with that.
Do you want to know what was it? The worst thing we did? Let's go back. All of us took out Perez. Oh no, Jez took out Perez from 3rd. If you'd have kept your prediction, you would have got 2 of them right. If Perez gets 3rd.
Yeah.
It's a fair point.
Yeah, none of us had faith in Perez. Where did he start? 8th, was it?
9th?
8th or 9th, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 8th with the Leclerc.
Because you even you were going to write Perez in, but changed to Sainz.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have signs there. So.
New lap record.
Yeah.
And Lewis just pitted as well.
Yeah, he's going to go for that fastest lap, isn't he? Because Tsunoda's now got fastest lap.
But it's no use to him down there, is it?
Nope.
No, you got to be in
And
the
then
top
you
10,
get it if
haven't
you're
you?
10th.
Yep. Another new lap record for Tsunoda.
Well,
so yeah,
there is use to it in that it takes it away from somebody else.
Yes.
But no use.
Oh
to
no,
him
doesn't it
personally.
revert to whoever the fastest lap in the top 10 is?
Yeah, will do.
That's rubbish. That's a terrible rule.
Oh.
We haven't seen much drama on that corner for what must be the first time in Monaco, for my money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has Norris picked up a bit of time?
Oh, shut up, Lewis.
Dear God.
God's sake. I didn't even get the entire thing that he said then, but just his tone, just shut your mouth. Did anybody fully hear what he said?
Not really.
No,
It was more, they were telling me that you don't have to do the quickest lap straight away. And he's like,
Here you
I'll
go.
do it straight away.
This line here sums up this race and Formula One at the moment. Perez just can't follow closely enough here to make a move. He's now backed out of the dirty air and lost DRS.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it?
I mean, it's great news for Lando. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
But that's the reason why we've literally only seen overtakes from the pit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start a final prediction. I don't think there's any need to do a race winner. I think that's pretty cut and dry at this point. So our final prediction of the day will be, will Norris lose third place by the end of the race? Obviously, the choice is yes or no. And you have got 2 minutes to vote. And get your gambling fix in for the last time in this race.
I don't.
On that note, I'm going to get ready for the effing racer of the day.
Eric.
1:12.9. Jesus.
Some predictions in.
The points are flying in. Where's my race gone there?
Yep. Fastest lap for Lewis. Oh, shut up, Crofty.
Right.
Honestly.
The votes for effing racer of the day are open. Your choices are, when my computer catches up, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris, Sergio Perez, or Sebastian Vettel. Make your choices
Voting
now.
already?
I've got my vote in as well.
Nice.
Something I never thought I'd vote for, which probably tells you who I voted for.
Mazepin.
Yes, Mazepin. Correct. Yeah, I managed to get that vote in, even though he's not in the selection for effing racer of the day.
Yeah. That's what you get for doing the poll.
Yeah.
Exclusive rights to put in whoever you want.
An extra vote.
So we've got 6 laps to go. The field, as it has been for quite some time, is as follows. Verstappen leads Sainz. The gap between the two is 8.7 seconds currently. Norris is in third. Perez in fourth. The gap between Norris and Perez is now 1.2 seconds. In fifth, it's Vettel. Sixth, Gasly. Hamilton is sitting in seventh with the fastest lap. Stroll in eighth. Ocon ninth. Giovinazzi 10th. Raikkonen 11th. Danny Rick is up to 12th. Alonso 13th. Russell 14th. Latifi 15th. Tsunoda 16th. And the Haas boys in 17 and 18. But Mazepin leads Schumacher in 17 and 18.
So, a quick question for you then. Who has won the most Monaco Grand Prix?
Driver.
Which driver has won the most Monaco Grand Prix?
Senna.
I couldn't even venture
Senna
a
or
guess,
Schumacher.
I'm afraid. Oodle says Senna.
Can you tell me who's won the second most Monaco Grand Prix?
Schumacher.
And then can you tell me who's won the third most Monaco Grand Prix?
I'll come in and say Lewis for that one.
No.
I'd be more comfortable guessing third than first or second.
Might be Prost. Potentially. It could be anyone that one though.
Okay, so Ayrton Senna has won the most with 6.
Yep.
Graham Hill, Mr. Monaco himself, is second with 5.
Of course.
Joint second with him, of course, is Michael Schumacher. Then third is Prost with Moss and Stewart. And then of the current crop of drivers, Hamilton has won 3.
Yeah.
Sebastian Vettel has won 2. And Kimi and Danny Rick have won once.
Correct.
Gents, I've got some bad news.
I just saw it, yeah.
They've flashed up the top 3 as it stands for the F1 driver of the day. Mazepin's not there.
Unbelievable.
I feel like I've wasted my vote.
Still plenty of time to go yet.
Yeah, the votes that I never usually use, because that's the first time I've ever voted for driver of the day.
Me
Ever.
too.
And that's the thing now, that people that vote for Mazepin now are never allowed to vote again.
I think it might be rigged, Oodles. I think you're right. Like, it was a definite thing last week. That's not something you give up on after a week, is it?
No.
Definitely not.
It wouldn't surprise me if they're filtering it a bit.
I mean, it's a meaningless thing anyway, isn't it? It's not even worth the internet it's printed on, but yeah, still.
The internet is printed.
Is it NFTs? It could be worth $1 million.
Yeah. I can't get my head around NFTs.
No, I can't.
I'm gonna have
Apparently
to sit
they're
down
doing it in music now, and that I don't get that even more.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and properly research NFTs. And then if it's appropriate, which I'm sure it is, we'll have an Effing Racing Show NFT.
It seems like one of those things at the very start you can make a hell of a lot of money on, but then people are going to go, "What the fuck?" and then that'll be it.
Yeah. Right, we're down to our final couple of laps now. Those who voted for Norris keeping his 3rd place seem to be fairly safe. The driver of the day, polling for F1, currently reads Vettel with 21%, Perez with 18%, and Sainz with 13%. Mazepin must be 4th with 12%. That just must be it.
I think he's number 1. Yeah. He's got all the points.
87% of the vote.
100% of the vote.
Formula One are just too scared.
They're just still linked to last week's.
You imagine.
Rigged. Definitely rigged.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the way the Martin said, because it's Sky, they can't say it's a boring race. He said, there's not been much drama in this race. And I thought, Martin, just say it, man. Just say it.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Yeah. Now, this, and I'm going to say it now, I don't think the last lap is going to change my opinion. This is the dullest Monaco Grand Prix I have ever watched. And Monaco is, without a doubt, my favourite on the F1 calendar.
Yeah.
There's
especially after the Monaco races I've seen over the last month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that have all been great.
I preferred the Monaco e-prix to this. It has to be said.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's a shame there wasn't 2 of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Did I hear right that there is talk of Formula E joining the F1 calendar as a preliminary race for Monaco next year?
Apparently so, yes.
That will be good. That will be interesting. To get all the Monaco all the time, Monaco.
Yeah. Although I don't know. It'll definitely make a difference if there's 100% crowd.
Yeah.
If it was like this, then maybe not. But
doesn't matter when you do it. If it's like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's
true.
Not
one crash out of all the crashes over the last month as well. This one, the biggest of them all, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, not near an overtake, really.
Yeah.
It has been a procession from top to bottom, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's not how this pinnacle of motorsport should be.
Especially when you're wearing your motor shorts.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steph. Can always rely on you.
That's what I'm here for.
Right, we are coming round on the final lap. We are eagerly awaiting the moment in which Max Verstappen crosses the line. And there it is. He now leads the Formula One World Championship. And let's not, forget that Verstappen did have a cracking race.
Yeah, and a cracking qualifying until the red flag.
He's not been challenged at all. So as dull as it's been for us, the top three, hell, the top kind of six, excluding Hamilton from that, have done incredibly well to maintain their position. Red Bull have finally come out with a decent strategy. The orange people on the boat are dancing away.
Some Loompas.
We're just waiting for the last three to cross the line. But they are. I think
Some
they're
random woman that doesn't know how to wave a flag.
Serena Williams, isn't it?
All right. She must know how to wave a flag.
Hold it like a tennis racket, woman. It'd do the same. Oh, for God's sake.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Just pretend it's a tennis racket and set up for your serve. That would do the job.
Stop.
She'd be aced at that, wouldn't she?
Terrible.
Dear me. Is this how low we've fallen?
I wondered how she managed to net that job.
Yeah, I think I hear my wife calling. Bye.
It'll all be settled in court. I don't know.
At least
Bring it out
for his own jokes. God.
I shall bat it back to you boys. Do you know what it is? This is a racket. It's a bloody racket.
Yeah, where'd you get bat from?
Well, I was thinking of Jez. He probably calls it a tennis bat, doesn't he? Because he doesn't do sports. It's
I do more sports than you. This whole thing about Jez doesn't do sports. I do more sports than you. I just don't do soccer or boxing. Everything else. Disgraceful. Tennis? Yeah, I like tennis.
Oh, well, there we are. I've learned something today, people.
I've sat and watched Wimbledon with you massive penis. Right. MJ Harmstone, welcome in. Thanks for the lurk. That joke was a complete juice, Reese. Yeah, I'm giving Harmstone the points in this.
Advantage Harmstone. See, do you like that one?
Forget your entries. Right, back to the real business at hand here. I did have an effing racer of the day. Hold on, it disappeared in that time that Reese was...
It was Perez.
Killing us softly with his words. Sergio Perez is the effing racer of the day. I've got to close a prediction as well. We had the question as to whether Norris would lose his third place by the end. 100% said no. They are correct. He did not. And that is the business fully dealt with.
Does that mean we just get our points back?
Yeah, it does pretty much, because there was nobody said yes. So yeah, you just refunded. No one can wave a flag like Glenn Dix did back in the Adelaide GP days. I'll let you guys take that one. That's gone over my head.
I'm just going to go, yeah.
He was a keen waver.
That's over both of their heads as well then. Okay, good to know. I thought I was on my own.
I see. I've just Googled it. I'm with you. He was the guy back when, like, back in the day, they used to be on like the track and they'd do the whole pose and bend over and wave the flag and the rest of it as they were flying past. By the looks of Google image search.
I see. Yeah.
I'm with you now, Oodles.
I'd be quite keen to put someone out on the track.
Kind of on one knee, and then ferociously,
Waving that.
Back when they actually went out on the track, because Adelaide was bloody ages ago.
Yeah. 12 years ago? Because it's been at Melbourne for a while now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Albert Park.
Well, it's time for that favourite part of the show, the part of the show in which I cover over Reese with the schedule. Everybody loves that. So, in addition to, I'm back later with 2-minute warning at 8:30, which is another sport race in case you were keeping score. Tomorrow is a very busy day on the Primetime Streamer Network. It starts with Gaming Madness from Club Mad 2020 at midday UK, 7 a.m. Eastern, rather. 6:30 p.m. It Takes Two, a collaboration with Any Button Gaming from Mama S. At 8 p.m. I'm back with another community game night with my newly purchased Jackbox Party Pack 7. That should be a good one. And then something's happening at 9. I don't know what that's. I can't quite read it. No idea. I think maybe this guy is doing some...
We're back trucking, people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Monday Night Trucking, 9 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. Eastern. And then closing out the day, it's Rooster Beast on the base, on Rocksmith, 1 a.m. UK, 8 p.m. Eastern, stateside. Right, final business.
Come back over here now.
We'll have predictions covered. We all did fairly... terribly. I think I've got to have the victory because I've said Max first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
definitely.
that's the first time Duff hasn't won something in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. What race number is this now?
20 something, isn't it?
Oh, this season?
Yeah, of F1, sorry.
Oh,
5?
4th.
Is it 4?
4th?
Yeah, because they're on 100 points, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that of the year so far, Duff is on 3 and I'm on 1. It hasn't been necessary to record this information before because it was just Duff won all of them. Okay. And where are we going on the F1 calendar next, gents?
I knew you were going to ask that.
Did you?
Did
you know enough to prepare?
Well, you see, if I had thought about stuff like this, pardon me, and I'm not hurriedly clicking through to find the Formula One calendar at all, I just wanted to say that it's been a fantastic day. We are off to Azerbaijan next in Baku, which is a street circuit, and that is on the 6th of June.
Okay.
Those that are wondering.
Thank you for that readily available at your fingertips information. There, Reese.
Ready to go, me?
Reese. 1995 was the last Adelaide Grand Prix.
There we are.
My monitor's about to turn off, apparently. Right, okay, good. Azerbaijan. We need to predict it now in advance of practice qualifying and any other shenanigans. It's also the lowest capital city in the world. Azerbaijan?
Yeah. Mr. Humstone, very well pointed out.
There you go. Reese, kick us off. Who takes the top 3 in Azerbaijan?
The top 3 in Azerbaijan will be, I think, Max will win it again. Bottas will just end up having a nothing race. So I'm going to go Max, Lewis, and I'm going to go Norris again because he seems to be just flying at the minute.
Okie dokie. Duff?
I'm going Lewis, Max, Bottas.
And I'm following in a similar vein. I'm going to go Lewis, Max, and then I'm going to say Perez again. So,
cool.
Somewhat repeating.
Because looking back, Danny Rick won in 2017. We ain't going to win at the moment.
No.
And the only other 2 winners are Hamilton in 2018 and Bottas in 2019. So that's why I was going to go Hamilton, Bottas, Max, but I think Bottas is just dropping off.
Fair enough.
So I think Max will easily do Bottas.
Okay. And in final business, I will ask for your closing thoughts. Duff, you can start us off this week.
Yeah, where to start? Thank God all the other races happened at Monaco this year.
Yeah.
And then this one. Reese?
It was I'm going to take it first. Actually, I'm going to bull in there because in the same way that we have the saying on the main roster, it was a match that happened. I'm going to go so far to say that this is a race that happened.
Yeah,
that's my thought.
Definitely is.
Yeah, I think it obviously we'll never know what would have happened if Leclerc had been there. I think it would have compacted up the front of the field and made it a bit more interesting. So they would have had to race then. A bit too strung out, not the most enjoyable race, but people are here for the quality filling as well, of which they had plenty today. In Monaco, it's either action packed and amazing and fantastic, or it's like this. And today, to coin a phrase, it was like that. So that probably sums up my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
See, I was quick there for you as well.
I'm thoroughly glad that you put me onto the Formula R this morning, Duff, and I watched a bit of that, and I saw that epic crash that kicked it off because, that was better than this race.
More entertaining, and it was only half an hour.
Yeah, I'm glad Lewis didn't hit the top three. Small victories.
Mm-hmm.
That's really my only shining light from this race. A disappointing Monaco Grand Prix. Is that a new hat, Jez? Yes, it is. MJ Harmstone, thank you very much for asking. This is my Formula E hat.
Your Mazepin hat.
My Mazepin hat. Yeah. There you go.
Ooh, you went Nissan. Which driver did you go for? You went for not Turvey?
Roland.
Yeah, Oliver
Sims?
Rowland.
Oh, Roland.
Yeah. I went with, I don't care who the drivers are, I want the sexiest looking hat, and this was it.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
Nice.
It is a good looking hat.
Tamzanaki would love a Mazepin hat. Well,
no,
you and
like
Mazepin.
a marzipan hat.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's because
I would want to put a marzipan on my head for too long.
I don't think I would either. No, not a fan of marzipan or marzipan.
Or we're eating. No, we stop it. And that's sometimes I stop myself. Yes,
and we're grateful for it.
This isn't a family-friendly show, but still, there are some things that are best left unsaid.
I agree. And it's
on that note,
hang on, we haven't finished.
Oh, it doesn't show you on the Formula One website who. It just says Vettel was the driver of the day. It doesn't show you anything else.
Doesn't show the breakdown.
No.
I'm just going to say that we're 1 week closer to our IRL Effing Racing Show, aren't we? It's a little tickler for people that are watching.
We are, yes. Yeah, if you are someone that only tunes into the Effing Racing Show, you can see us next Sunday for the IndyCar Indianapolis 500, which, as you can tell, is super easy to say.
Boogity.
And for now, that is us done. Say goodbye, Death Valley.
Au revoir.
And say goodbye, Resage 1.
Poodle Pip.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.